Hi, for those who don't know, it's Andrew, your observer of thought, difference, and everything in between. First and foremost, I owe you guys an apology. I know I didn't release anything on Sunday. I've been traveling. To be honest, I just settled in yesterday. So, this episode is going to be special, but calm. I don't want it to be loud. I don't want it to be heavy. I just want it to be honest. And why is it special? Because today we're a year older, a day older, it's my birthday. But enough about that, we're going to jump right into it. So, if last episode was about stillness, about noticing, then maybe this one is about what happens when you finally look up. This past weekend, I traveled out of the country to go to my mother's homeland. And I went with someone who had never stepped out of the country before. Watching them experience everything was almost more beautiful than the place itself. They kept saying, "Wow, there are so many mountains. It's so green, so many trees. It's beautiful." And I realized something. I had forgotten. No, I hadn't forgotten about the mountains, not the trees or the roads, but the feeling, that feeling. Like, there's something about home that feels different. It's slower, it's quieter, it's wider, it's grounding. It's far from the city, far from the traffic, far from that invisible pressure to always be moving. I mean, it's hot. It's really hot. Mosquitoes bite. There's dust everywhere. It's inconvenient in so many ways, but yet you can see the stars clearly. Not competing with streetlights, not dimmed by buildings, just there, existing. And standing outside at night, sweating, slapping the mosquitoes away, itching, staring up, I had this quiet moment. I thought, how often do we forget how massive everything is? When we say we live in a small world, we don't. It's not small. It's mountainous. It's green. It stretches further than our current worries could ever. The universe is massive, but our lives tend to shrink. They shrink down to unanswered emails, to comparison, to timelines, to I should be further by now. I've been feeling that way lately. Not because something dramatic happened, but because I'm in between. I mean, I just recently graduated and I'm job hunting. I'm home more than I wish I could be, or I should say, imagined I could be. Watching people move forward, settling into jobs, building their lives, has quietly got me asking myself, am I doing enough? That voice can get loud, honestly. And when something repeats itself enough, it starts to feel like the truth. But being at home reminded me that just because a thought is loud, it doesn't mean it's accurate. Out there under the stars, I didn't feel behind. I felt small, but not in a shrinking way, in a grounding way. Like, wow, I am one person on a massive planet in even a more massive universe. I'm here, I'm present, I'm breathing, I'm trying, I'm becoming. And that's not nothing. I think that's where gratitude shifted for me. Not as a checklist, not as name 5 things you're grateful for or thankful for, but as perspective. If stillness is noticing our thoughts, then gratitude is zooming out. It's stepping outside, literally, if you can, or mentally, if you can't. It's letting your problems sit in the same frame as the sky and realizing they're real, but they're not everything. Maybe for you, it's not mountains. Maybe it's sitting on your balcony, walking barefoot on the grass, or opening a window at night, or even turning off your phone for 5 minutes and just breathing. Look, I'm not an expert at this. I'm learning in real time. But I've noticed that when I step out of my head and step into something bigger than myself, something like nature, silence, the night sky, something softens. That comparison quiets, the rush slows down, the I'm behind story loses its grip. Nature doesn't rush. Mountains don't compare themselves about who's the tallest. Trees don't panic because they're growing slowly. Stars don't compete about who's shining the brightest. They just exist. And somehow that feels spiritual, not religious, not static, not even curated, but connected, just connected. Connected to the ground, connected to the sky, connected to something that doesn't need me to prove anything. And maybe that's what I'm craving. That's what I'm craving in this season. Not acceleration, not arrival, just connection. I've spent a lot of time in survival mode, trying to fix everything, trying to optimize everything, trying to outrun my doubts. But this weekend reminded me I don't want to survive my life. I want to witness it. Even the sweaty parts, the slow parts, the mosquito biting, slightly uncomfortable, every humane part of it. Because they're real. And real is way better than rushed. So today, on my birthday, this is my celebration. Not of achievements, not of milestones, but of being, of looking up, of remembering how wide the world is, of letting myself be small in a way that feels freeing and not failing, of choosing to amplify what is steady instead of what is anxious. Maybe gratitude isn't pretending everything is okay. Maybe it's remembering that even when everything isn't figured out, it is still green. There are still stars. There is still breath. There's still breath in the lungs. And maybe for today, just for today, that's enough. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for growing with me in real time. Next time, I want to talk about something that connects to this, about being spiritual, not in the way that you think, but until then, look up, step outside if you can, or at least step outside of your thoughts and notice what's already here. Be present. This was unexamined, unfinished, on purpose.